Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching The Political Vigilante. Boom. YouTube has demonetized us. So I'm only putting like one clip a day on YouTube. If you're watching this on, there's a bunch over on Rockfin/Graham Elwood. The link is in the scroll below because Rockfin doesn't censor us. And I get paid in cryptocurrency over there. And it's blockchain. They're not some big monolith owned by Google that works with the CIA. So if you're watching this on YouTube, hit the like button, make sure you're subscribed, and then go sign up on Rockfin, which is free. Bunch of free contents on Rockfin. There's no ads on Rockfin. And then there's a premium level at $10 a month if you want to support us there. We talk a lot about unions and labor on this show. I'm not a liberal. I'm a anti-war, pro-labor socialist. Oh, socialist. That means I'm part of Stalin's communist. No, it's not what socialism means. It just means helping labor. So what has happened this last year of the pandemic? And I'm going to talk about unions defeated a right to work bill in Montana, a very, very red state. And I want to go into some other states where they've tried to pass this right to work kind of shit. And it was successful in a lot of red states. And people are starting to wise up to this fact, because what happened in this pandemic, people realized how, like, what an essential worker really is. It's not a billionaire. It's not a CEO. It's not Jeff Bezos. It's not Elon Musk. It's the person that delivers your groceries. It's the person that unloads the truck at the grocery store. It's the frontline healthcare worker, right? It's the person, it's the delivery person. It's the Uber driver. That's who a frontline worker is. Working in the Amazon warehouse, working at Walmart. These are essential workers. Because nobody cares if CEOs can't work. All CEOs do is extract wealth and screw people over. So right to work is a thing that the capitalists have come up decades ago to make people think, oh, unions get in the way. Are unions perfect? No, they're not perfect. I'm in a union. I'm in the Screen Actors Guild. It's called SAG-AFTRA now. But unions are way better. So what right to work does is it says you don't have to join a union. It's a way the capitalists, the right to work, and it's a marketing term, right to work. Like unions don't want you to work, so non-union means you have the right to work. No, they just want to stick it to you. Anytime owners, management, the billionaire ruling class can pay you less and not have to pay you benefits, they're going to do it. They're going to do it. People are wising up. They're wising up. Because we're all seeing, wait a minute now. We had empty shelves this past year. We had a lot of stuff that's like, wait a minute, maybe these people are essential. Right? And both parties don't care about you. Donald Trump didn't care about essential workers. Biden doesn't. I mean, he's passing this bill, but they couldn't put $15 an hour in there. It's going to have needed stimulus relief, which we need. It's going to be bigger tax breaks for people that, parents of children. Okay, great. Money for the states, but it's not like changing people's lives the way $15 an hour would change people's lives. Free healthcare, which Biden could give us by the stroke of a pen through executive order, could change people's lives. But people are wising up, and that's why I say politics are local. You got to fight on a local level. Expecting some president to ride in on a white horse and and make everything better, even if they could, you got to do it on a local level. So that's what they did in Montana. How unions defeated a right to work bill in deep red Montana. I got this off of The Intercept. The Intercept has definitely gotten very neoliberally in the last couple of years. They went after Jimmy Dore when his forced the vote. People are dying every day because they don't have health insurance. Jimmy wanted to stop that, along with many other people, Justin Jackson, Cornel West. But The Intercept does carry water for the Democratic establishment way more than they used to. Glenn Greenwald has had to leave there, but every once in a while they do some decent work. So Montana is the first state where Republicans control the legislature and governorship that has failed to pass right to work laws. This is significant. And they've always tried to, it's another way they keep us divided, is like, oh, unions, that's a Democrat issue. No, that's a working person's issue. You should be in favor of unions. If you were, and I had people email me all this past year, Graham, I work in a grocery store, I work in a food packing place, and I'm like, we need a union. My teacher, we're not allowed to have unions at my school. I'm a teacher, whatever. Form a union, the hell with it. Try to pass laws like this. If they can do it in the reddest of red states, Montana, Red legislature, Republican legislature, Republican governor, they got this passed. Because you make it a labor issue, not a red state, blue state issue, because that's what we're in right now. We're in class warfare. Now, the ruling class uses both political parties and the corporate media, including Fox and ABC and MSNBC, to spew bullshit to keep us divided. Oh, unions are bad. Well, the Green New Deal. How are we going to pay for Medicare for all? The same way we pay for all the wars. So they want us to think that this is like red state, blue state. That's why these dipshit Republicans voted against the stimulus bill, to make it seem, I don't know what. But they want us to keep us divided, distracted, and afraid. So that's why this is significant. This is a big win. What makes it more surprising is that the bill had the support of the state's governor and legislative leaders, as well as unspecified level of support from the Koch-backed dark money group Americans for Prosperity. So they just had the deck stacked and they still lost. They still lost. Oh, suck it, Koch brothers. Oh, wait, brother, one of you died. Thoughts and prayers. A rich billionaire asshole whose grandfather was a Nazi died. That breaks my heart. You would think there's no way this is one. Get out of that, like, that'll never, get out of that, it'll never thinking. Get out of that thinking, because there's examples of this throughout history. The Berlin Wall's never coming down. Gandhi's never going to unite. You're never going to get India out of control of the British Empire. That's never. Okay, keep saying never. Since the twofold combination of the Citizens United decision and the decision by Charles Koch to dramatically ramp up his political activity, Labor has been dealt a string of legislative defeats at the state level. Right? So Citizens United, horrific. Charles Koch, soulless maggot. And these people have more money than they know what to do with. So everybody getting union wages is not going to hurt Charles Koch. It's not going to take away his helicopters and his jets and his yachts. It's not going to take that away. That's how psychotic these people are. No. You could literally make people's lives better. Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk could make thousands, millions of people's lives better by just giving them $15 an hour minimum wage. Could make millions of Americans' lives better. Republican Americans, Democrat Americans, Libertarian Americans, Independent Americans, Green Party Americans. So when you vote against $15 an hour, when you vote against pro-labor laws, you're voting against yourself. And these rich assholes could still live the most pampered, spoiled, rich person lives ever. Right? They could still live the most pampered, just opulent lives ever and give people better. They could do that. And it wouldn't cut into their, but they lost. You lost in Montana, Koch brother. You lost. You spent all that money, all that power, and you lost. How's that feel, Chuck Koch? Ha. You lost, you sucker. You soulless, vapid piece of shit. You're not going to heaven. You're not going to heaven. Know that. You're not going to heaven. Right to work laws, which eliminate the requirement that people represented by a union join and pay dues to the union in the private sector, passed in Indiana, Michigan, Wisconsin, West Virginia, and Kentucky. Gee, Michigan, Wisconsin, West Virginia, all states that Hillary could have won and didn't. All that happened. I'm just showing you, when you really start seriously backing labor unions, not just giving them lip service the way the Democratic Party does. The Republicans hate labor unions. So do the Democrats. The Democrats are just better at hiding it. They're better at saying, we protect unions, and they'll pass a little law here and there, but they don't really want there to be a lot of unions. This is the lowest amount of union membership in decades, by the way. Because they don't want unions organizing. It's bad. People or anti-war movements come out of unions, whoa. That hurts the war machine's bottom dollar. The Montana labor movement didn't just stop the right to work bill. It also halted a paycheck deception bill that would have banned automatic dues deductions for unions in the public sector. God, any way they can stick it to the unions. potentially damaging the unions by forcing them to collect dues by hand. Anything to just make it, because the more union members you have, the more dues membership, the more powerful the unions are. And look, there's plenty of examples of unions getting corrupted and voting, and the union leadership goes against the membership because the union leadership gets bought out by big corporations or whatever, and they steer. That can happen. That can absolutely happen. But still, a union is better than not. From our perspective, being able to stop virtually every bill that attacks collective bargaining is an unbelievable victory, said Al Ekbald, executive secretary of the Montana AFL-CIO. So when Fox News and them try to make unions out to seem bad, say, no, man. No. All of the good things that are like days off, paid leave, sick days, overtime, those are all unions that created those things. Those are all unions. I wish we had a YouTube union so we could fight them for the fact that I've been demonetized. I'd like that. I know there's talk of one. I've done a video on one. But this is big. Right to work is wrong for Montana. We must guard against being fooled by false slogans such as right to work. MLK. Look at these guys. This guy's quoting MLK in Montana. Right to work was a scam. MLK called it out decades ago. And these guys wised up to it. See? So here's what they did. I think this is photos of them at the Capitol. Unions under the umbrella of the state AFL-CIO made the decision to flood the Capitol when the legislature voted. With 300 to 400 members showing up, with COVID, we haven't seen a lot of public at the Capitol. It was really a gamble, said Harvey. So as I said at the top, the Republican legislator, the governor, backed by Koch brother money, was all set to vote this down, like vote in favor of this right to work nonsense. 300 to 400 union people showed up at the state capitol with signs like this. These are union cases. And said, these guys work for a living. And this is the narrative of the corporate media wants to keep us divided, distracted, and afraid. The corporate media doesn't want you to know that a white guy in Montana is going to show up with an MLK quote wanting unions. He's going to just try to paint, MSNBC or CNN is just going to try to paint this guy as some evil racist Trump or whatever. I don't know this guy personally, but did you see what I'm saying? They're not going to show you this. That's why when everybody was united, all different ethnicities around after George Floyd was executed last May, then the media slowly started to say, there's these race wars happening. There's a race problem in America. Now, America has a serious race issue, but so many people were united. So this is how they try to keep us divided. They don't want to show you this. 300 to 400 people showed up and said no. I mean, they had this bill was in the bag. They had it. And not when 300 to 400 people show up at their state's capital peacefully. They didn't show up with guns. They showed up with signs. With pro-labor signs. Right to work is wrong. And an MLK quote. These guys don't have guns. They didn't threaten to kill anybody. They just showed up peacefully and said, no, that's their right as Americans to do this. You have this right. Those guys that went to the Capitol in Michigan with guns because they were mad they couldn't get haircuts and they had to wear a mask, I wish they'd focus on shit like this. The people that went to the Capitol January 6th, that was insane. Do this. They did this. No guns. No, not wearing neo-Nazi paraphernalia. MLK quote. This labor is better for all Americans, except the 1%. But even the 1%, they're still going to be able to live in a lap of luxury, just giving guys like this real wages. So it's doable. You could do this in your state. And don't sit there and go, our state's too red. They did it in Montana. They can do it where you live. They can do it where you live. You live in a right to work state, get it changed. Get the unions, get the labor people there. Say, because people are also seeing, man, we need real money. We need real job. I mean, people have lost jobs. It's been tough this last year. So now is the time. So what happened, my guess is all those Republicans and the legislator and the governor got a little scared when 300 to 400 people showed up and said, oh man. And it wasn't like hippies, or it was like worker union, labor. Those are labor guys. Those are construction guys. Those are engineers. Those are electricians. That's pipe fitters. That's who showed up and went, nah. The state AFL-CIO made the decision to flood the Capitol with legislator. The AFL-CIO flooded the Capitol. Nope. This is how you unite people, on labor. This is how you bring people together, is on labor. A lot of people that voted for Trump, I don't condone any of the overt races. If you're going to show up with a Camp Auschwitz shirts, fuck you. Fuck you. You're a Nazi. Sorry, I got nothing for you. But you're just feeling disenfranchised because you've been sold down the river by a government and two parties and corporations that don't care about you at all. I understand why some people gravitated to Trump, and you can't just pass over that. Americans I don't care where you live, big city, small town, red state, blue state, you've been abandoned. Every American knows this. And this shit, we've seen this during COVID. We've been abandoned. Big corporations get tax breaks. We've been abandoned. Oh, they can't evict you, but they're not paying for your rent. Your rent needs to be paid off. So I know I'm connecting a lot of issues here, but you connect everybody on labor. That's how you unify this country. And that's how you defeat the ruling class. That's how you defeat people like the Koch brothers, Charles Koch. Thanks for watching the show, everybody. Follow the money, connect the dots, get the truth, and support a union and get union laws in your state, just like Montana did. If Montana can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching the show. Shave your knuckles for justice. Ba-boom. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please hit the like button, the subscribe button. Go to patreon.com/Graham Elwood and rockfin.com/Graham Elwood, where you can support the show. Also, I have a Bitcoin wallet, a Bitcoin Cash wallet, and an Ethereum wallet in the show notes. We're taking cryptocurrency. I have a Coinbase affiliation link. We're going to be getting on some other exchanges. So that's how you support the show. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. YouTube is unsubscribing us at an alarming rate. I have a PayPal button at GrahamElwood.com. I even have a Venmo at Graham-Elwood. There's a lot of ways to support our show. We are getting crushed by YouTube. We've dipped under 73,000 subscribers because of YouTube. Thanks for supporting what we do.